Good morning. It is still morning, and welcome to Rita's Roast. I'm going to sip a little coffee out of my chicken cup that Francis and John sent me. Isn't that cute? I just love it. But anyway, I'm going to show that, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to eat today. Let's see, where I put that? I got my coffee in it. Let's set it right there. I'm going to make Mr. Terry some dumplings. And so I've got this chicken here. I'm fixing to put it on the boil. Hadn't even opened this package. I buy it bulk and I get a pretty good price. And these are chicken thighs. So I'm going to put, they're frozen. I bet one of those, what are them cookers that pressurize it, they'd cook it real fast. But I'm going to put about 4 of them in there. Terry, come in. I'll tell him what I'm going to fix him for lunch. Terry, I'm going to make you some dumplings.
Well, I'll eat them.
You'll eat them? I thought you would. I didn't put those back in the freezer. But I'm going to put some water on that chicken and I'm going to boil it. I've got an ear of corn and I think I'm going to open up this jar of green beans and potatoes. So let me move some of this out of the way. I'll get that going just a minute. Put some water on it. Now, let me... I'm going to wash the chicken off my hands. And I'll get that boiling in just a minute. But I wanted to talk to you about something else I was going to do. You know I make that apple pie filling? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Well, I'm going to make an apple crisp right quick for our dessert. I'm going to open that up and put it in this dish. I hadn't ducked the ring off of that one. I'm going to open it. You hear it? That smells so good. I was going to dump it in the pot. A little bit of a spoon. And that's already cooked. I didn't have to peel them apples or do nothing to them. See? That already looks good. Now we're going to make a little bit of a topping to go on it. What I want. I actually couldn't actually remember how much it was, so I jotted down on this piece of old envelope here that actually had my electric bill in it. 3/4 of a cup of flour. That's about 3/4 of a cup. And we want 3/4 of a cup of whole oats. Get them. That's pretty close. You think that's pretty close? And I've got brown sugar in this container. This is where I keep my brown sugar. But years and years ago, somebody gave me some cream puffs, Belgian mini cream puffs, and so I recycled this container. I know, I'm a goofball. And we're going to put a little cinnamon. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. I was going to tell you, I've got a little red rooster out in the yard, just pretty mean. But he's going to get saved today, and I'll use that frozen chicken I've got in the freezer. One of these days, I'm going to go out there, and he'll be in a pot of dumplings. That was about a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to just use my hands and mix that up. And now I want some cold butter. Where'd I put my cold butter? Now this is some butter that I made, well it says I made it 2/4/21 and it's been in the freezer. So it's still frozen. They wanted cold butter. Let me see if I can get some of that off there. I know, since I'm live on a farmstead and a farm, I cook different than some people. Let's see if I can get that out of there. I'm going to have to cut my baggie. And I want a half a cup of that. Let me just shred some of it off. It's coming off. And the rest of that I'll use in something else. Ooh, I could make some cream puffs with this other butter. That'd be good too. That's about a half a cup. Wouldn't you say that's about a half a cup right there? We're going to just put it in there. And I'm just going to use my fingers here and kind of, well, I could use that spoon. Let me get that butter mixed in there till it's kind of crumbly. Let me get this done so I can get my chicken to boil, and my chicken won't be done for lunch, and then I'll have to find something else if I don't get that done. Maybe it won't take long, but I kind of wanted to show you the apple pie filling, because it just turns out good. And you can use a jar of store-bought apple pie filling. It don't have to be home canned. But I produce a lot of good stuff out here on the farm. Not exactly the way that cold butter's not mixing in there as good as I wanted it to. And I use my hands, I know I do, and I'm going to just put that on there. Big chunks of butter and all this time. There's a lot of it for my little quarter pie filling. Put some of it, make sure the butter's out in the center there. And I'm not going to show you the results, but I'm going to put it in the oven and I'm going to watch it. And when it looks like that top's melted and all put to, that's not exactly the way I wish it looked. But I think for a everyday meal here on a Wednesday, it'll be pretty good. So that'll go into the oven. Don't look like much now. I have dirty hands, don't I? Oh well, it'll be alright. But that's what we're having for lunch. When I get it ready, just giving you a menu plan, not showing you the finished product yet. Anyway, y'all have a blessed Wednesday, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Love you.